Good afternoon, family. Hope you're having a wonderful day. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brother E. And what I like to do on my channel is spread positivity. It's the start of a new year. And most of us witnessed yesterday on the news the protest in D.C. in which people raided the house on Capitol Hill and opposed in views to the results of the election. And as a result of this, people are calling for our president, our top leader, to possibly be impeached, citing him as the cause for this protest. Guys, I'm not here to criticize, but I'm here to try to teach a lesson on leadership. First of all, I want to say nobody's perfect, and I'm not going to make excuses for how people conduct themselves. But what I am going to say, if you centered enough in love and centered enough in wanting to see us as a people and us as a nation improve and unite and do better, I would say we got to focus on the good, address what's not working, and provide a solution and not just criticism. Now back to the leadership piece. Coming up in my home and in my community, I always thought a leader was somebody who point the finger, and whoever they point the finger at and telling them, you point the finger, you tell them to do the job, and you expect them to get it done as soon as possible. That's what I thought a leader was. And after you told that person what to do, if they didn't do it or didn't do it the right way, to do it to my satisfaction, it should be a problem. That's what I thought leadership was. But God gave me a career to where I actually am put in a position of leadership, and I'm a steward over about a dozen people. And I've learned that leadership isn't so much about pointing the finger and telling someone what to do, and if they don't do it the way I want them to do it, or if they don't do it to my satisfaction, I learned that it's not necessarily a problem. And if it is a problem, me as a leader need to find a solution. So, as opposed to thinking that we bosses and we the man and we the, even for females who really in position of leadership, we don't have to be so domineering. You got to understand this. The same leadership way we demonstrate to people, imagine if that person was your leader and they treated you the same way. Would you like the way they treat you based upon how you treat them? And if the answer is no, if you know you yell at people, if you know you short-tempered with people, if you know you're hard on people, if you know you're super critical on people, and you won't want them to do that to you, then let's stop doing that to them. Leadership is about knowing the goal that has to be accomplished. That may be we gotta maintenance 10 cars a day. It may be we have to transport these medical supplies to these many medical facilities by the end of the day. It may be we gotta wash 50 cars by the end of the day. It may be we gotta cook 100 hamburgers by the end of the day. That may be the goal. And you got a deadline at the end of the day. Now, the most important piece in all of that It's not the building. It's not the vehicles, the transport stuff. It's not the equipment, say the grill to cook the burgers on. The most important resource and the most important piece of that puzzle are the actual people. So as a leader, you want to learn what your people need so that they can focus on taking care of the job or getting the mission done or getting a task completed. So for instance, say I work for you. I got 2 kids at home. My wife just lost her job to COVID. We have 1 vehicle, and I just got transferred to your office, and I live 30 miles across town. Say, you know what, I try my best to be on time every day. But one day, I show up 15 minutes late. And I say, hey boss, I'm sorry I'm late, but my 2 kids got sick last night. My wife and I were trying to make sure they was okay, so we had to take them to the emergency room. And I didn't want to wake you late at night. But as soon as the doctor released them, and we didn't have cell phone power in the building, we didn't have reception. So as soon as I got out, I tried to call you, but realized my phone battery was dead. Got my wife, kids home, came straight here. I'm sorry I'm late. Now, you'll be surprised, but some people will have no sympathy or compassion for that person, for me, in that situation. And they'll say, I don't care. You supposed to be in here. It's 7 o'clock. You late. I'm going to document it. And if it happens again, you get fired. Now, that's all fine and dandy. I was late. But all that stuff did happen. So me, working for you, I'm going to do my job, but I know now this person don't care enough for me. So if you need something extra done, I probably don't want to do it. And if I do, I want to put my whole heart in it, because I know you care nothing for me. If you want somebody to stay late, I ain't going to want to do it, because I know you care nothing for me. You see what I'm saying? So if you're a leader, are we treating our people like that? The proper response, I could have said, hey, you always on time. I know you do your best to be on time. So with that situation, don't worry about it. And matter of fact, what can I do to help you and your family? Because that's what I have been given to the company. That's what the leader could have gave back to me. And I try to do that as much as I can with my people. Now, you are going to have times where people are not doing the right thing, and they will be lying, and they will be trying to manipulate. And what you do is you let them do it more than one time. You know, like minor stuff. If it's something major, you may have to check it there. Like if they put their hand on somebody in a place of employment, you got to check that right then and there. That can't happen. But say somebody, they late, and the first time they car didn't start. The next week, they late. Their baby had an issue. Then the next week, they late twice. And it's always some like fickle excuse. And you just start to notice like, this person is just taking advantage of me. Then you gotta address and correct it. But you also gotta have a plan of action, walking through with them, and not just say, hey, you better be on time or you're fired. You say, hey, all right, so you was late this and this time for this and this reason. What I recommend, you wake up 20 minutes early so you can be on time. So now what you're doing is you addressing it, you correcting them, you give them the plan of action, and now if they don't uphold that, then at times you do got to let people go. At times you do got to discipline people. It is what it is. But as a leader, what you're trying to do is get understanding of each and every individual who work for you in that situation. What's reasonable, what resources we can provide to make it as easier process for them to complete so they can focus solely on the task at hand. And so I tried to come up with like a quick way to make it simple for leadership, which I probably should have said it first, because most people, I don't even know they're going to listen to this whole thing. But I tried to make it 5 P's. Be prompt, be positive, be prepared, be professional, and the last one I had was to be patient. Be prompt, which means be on time, at least 15 minutes early to each obligation. The next one I had was what? Be prompt, be prepared. So know what the situation is. Know what you guys got to accomplish. I gave examples earlier. You may have to wash these many cars, ship these medical equipment. You may have to make these many burgers. Be prepared. Say the power gonna go out. Do you have a backup to where you can call somebody, or do you got generators in place, or do you got a backup vehicle just in case? Do you got an extra pair of keys? If someone late, do you got somebody on standby? If there's bad traffic, do you got an alternate route? Are they going to leave early enough to get their stuff there on time? Be prepared, have a plan, and plan for what can go wrong, because stuff will go wrong. And then be positive. Keep a great attitude, even when stuff does go wrong, because your people is going to feed off of your energy. So if I'm always yelling intense and you guys are sucking, you guys can never get the job done, it's going to be a hostile, unpleasant, unproductive work environment. And that's not what you want. What you want to do is be calm, be encouraging. When there's problems, have solutions. Talk to them people as if they're your boss. Hey, so we got 30 burgers done, and we're closing an hour. I'm gonna hop on this grill with you so we can get these 50 knocked out. Well, you don't gotta do that, boss. I want to. You're not alone in this. We're a team. We do this together. You see, you build unity, cohesiveness. You get in the trenches with them sometimes, as they say. And it just build a positive, productive work team. And those people will love working for you, and they give you their very best. Be professional in your communication. Don't be talking to people, yeah, You know you servicing them. Ask them, do you want some ketchup with that burger? Would you like any mustard? Put the bag across the counter so they can just reach out. Don't have it sent by you to where they got to reach over the counter. Give them the change in a polite manner. Don't be slamming it on the counter. When they come in, hey, how you doing? I'll be right with you. Don't just ignore them like they don't exist. These customers are clients, and it's our job to provide service to them. We want them satisfied so they can keep coming back, right? Be professional. When you talking on the phone, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Or if you know their name, yes, Tom, yes, Jane, yes, Sharonda, yes, Bill, yes, Billy, yes, Mr. Thomas, yes, Miss Jackson. I can get that done for you. Or we don't have that in at the time. As soon as they come in, we're expecting the shipment next week. I'll definitely give you a call, because we really appreciate your business, and we're going to do all we can to get you what you need. You see, you build relationships with your clients and your people while taking care of the people who work for you, who sacrifice for you. All right? And then lastly, patience. I gave you the example how I grew up not seeing the best examples of patience. And most of us don't in our communities and neighborhoods. And people just be stressed out trying to make it day to day. But as a leader, you got to understand everybody not going to do it the way you do it. There was an old show called Different World. And there was a couple of the girls pledging for a sorority. And the person in charge told one of them, knock down the door. And she said, I'm not that strong. I can't really kick it off the hinges. And then she told the other girl, knock down that door. And the girl just knocked down the door. You see? It's more than one way to do things. And then as a leader, we got to communicate not just what needs to be done, but sometimes how it needs to be done. So she could have said, hey, I want you to take your fist, knock from the top to the bottom of the door. Then she would have got it accomplished. Then other times, your people may have a better idea than you. The guys I'm responsible for and the girls I'm responsible for, well, the young men and young women, because they take care of business. Most times, if we need something done and I tell them, they'll tell me a way that I never even thought of, and it'd be awesome. And I say, let's go with that. Let's go with that. And sometimes it's even accomplished, the task accomplished quicker than what I expected because they know how to do it. See, my strength is being a leader. My strength is getting people together and making sure they got what they need to get stuff done. That's my strength. That's why I thank God He made me a leader. But I had to work to learn how to be it. But I enjoy it now. So I wanted to pass it on to you because sometimes some of my guys, they get promoted and they're afraid. They say, I don't know how to lead. And I said, well, I felt the same way. But you do know how. It's already in you. Just treat people how you want to be treated and make sure they get the job done. It's that simple as the foundation, and now we just gonna give our best each day to learn and grow as a leader. That's all it's about, just giving it a shot each and every day. You're gonna make mistakes. It's times I make mistakes and I go home and I feel so bad if I haven't made the best decision for my team because they mean that much to me. And as a leader, you want to care for your people and not neglect yourself. So again, be prompt, be on time, be prepared. Instead of just having problems and complaints, have a solution. Be positive. Don't talk down about people. People gonna make mistakes. Don't be gossiping about somebody you don't like. Think you gotta step on toes to get promoted. Think you gotta stab people in the back to get the position. You ain't gotta do all that. When it's your time, it's your time. Only thing you do is give your best, and you be supportive and encouraging to others until it's your time, because your time will come. What was the next one, guys? Be prompt, be prepared, be professional, be positive, be professional in your communications, in the way you wear your clothes or uniform. When you sit in the meeting, make sure you give people eye contact. Or if you're out on the floor, or if you're out in the field, if you're at the construction site, man, professionalism go a long way. Try to be as professional as possible. And then demonstrate patience. Now, when a deadline has to get accomplished, it has to get accomplished. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So as a leader, try to set the deadline a little early in the event that they don't get it done when needed, and you'll have that little buffer or that grace period to make sure you can get it done on time still. That's a little secret I use. All right? So if you ever doubted that I don't know how to be a leader, I don't know what it takes to lead, or if you had a misconception that being a leader is all about being a big person in charge and having your chest pumped out and pointing a finger and being able to yell and think you got power and control over people, it's not about that. Leadership is about serving those who serve you, just like Jesus did. Serve. Those are the best leaders. And not only that, you would develop leaders who are just the same. And they will take your life, your company, your organization, your business. They'll take it to a whole other level. And even if you want to translate this to being a leader in a relationship, it's the same principles. All right? So again, we may see a lot of issues with our leaders, but as opposed to just complaining about them, which I think nothing wrong with bringing stuff to light. We gotta tell the truth and call stuff out when it's not right. But don't just stop there. Try to figure out solutions. Try to wish that person well. You and I try to be the example of what should be done. And if we can rehabilitate, let's try to rehabilitate. When it's time we gotta issue discipline and correction, we gotta do that too. But with the hopes of rehabilitation. and with love and grace, and to an extent that's appropriate for the action that needs to be, or for the deficiency that was demonstrated. Alright? Remember, guys, I'm just a southern boy from Decatur, Georgia. Graduated high school with a 2.47. Got in all kind of mess. Didn't even know who I was as a man. But when I gave my life to Jesus, read through that Bible, he taught me. And not only that, he put men in my path to which I could follow their example. And hopefully I'm passing it on to you, and hopefully I'm being a good example for you in your life. Alright, so I got to get up out of here. You can do anything you put your mind to. They go for men and women. They go for boys and girls. They go for you, whatever color you are, wherever you from, whatever language you speak, whatever educational level you have, whether you got money or not. Every individual can do any and everything because God created you. So you can do this. All right? So best to you. God bless you. I love you. I'm out.